Okay, our last award of the night, our Trailblazer Award. This is for a person who has exhibited tremendous leadership in helping to push our tech community ahead, and as a result, we all benefit from it. We call this our Trailblazer of the Year award as a result. And this year's winner, I'm going to just jump right to the punchline, is Bobby Schnabel from Indiana University. Last year's winner was Don Brown, CEO of Interactive Intelligence. He's going to join us here momentarily. Bobby, stay seated for a moment. We have a video.
Well, Bobby's impact on technology in Indiana is very easy to see if you just look only at the School of Informatics and Computing. Under his leadership of the school, it has become one of the largest, if not the largest, iSchools in the country. He has doubled the enrollment. He has tripled the research funding.
We wanted somebody who had real research academic credibility. And then secondly, we wanted somebody who was a very experienced, very seasoned administrator. And he'd also actually been, as I had once been, the Chief Information Officer there too. And I was aware of his work in that capacity, and it was very, very highly thought of.
What I really like about Bobby is his entrepreneurial spirit and his drive to get things done, to do things differently, to not just take the status quo.
He's really opened up the campus to the possibilities that computer science and information technology bring to every discipline in the 21st century.
I'm of that school. I'm a professor at that school when I'm not doing my normal job, and I think there you can see the importance of size and mass and scale and diversity and versatility, and Bobby has accentuated all of those virtues and built upon them, in a really major way.
And what Bobby's uniquely identified is that it's really important that we educate these young people, but that we also keep them in the state and that they become part of the entrepreneurial fabric here. And so I think that he's uniquely identified that as a key measure of his own success and the school's success. And Bobby's done really a special job at reaching out to those companies, trying to understand their needs and trying to craft the school in such a way that he can serve those companies.
When I think about Bobby, I think about inclusiveness, I think about his commitment, but I also think about how caring he is and what a model he is for others in leadership positions.
When you look at the growth of the school, it's really a get-it-done kind of attitude.
It's all yours.
It's my honor to share with you just a little bit of information about Bobby. Bobby earned his PhD in computer science from Cornell. He spent 30 years on the faculty at the University of Colorado in Boulder. He was chair of the computer science department and CIO there. And not just a bureaucrat, he actually authored over 100 technical papers, which I think is pretty impressive. We were successful in luring Bobby to Indiana in 2007. He became the dean of the IU School of Informatics that year. Since then, undergraduate enrollment has nearly tripled to about 2,000. Graduate enrollment has nearly doubled to about 1,200 grad students. Research funding has nearly tripled to $17 million. More than 250 Indiana-based companies have hired the school's graduates, with nearly 60% of them staying in Indiana. I have a very personal connection because I have a son who just got his master's degree in computer science from IU through the School of Informatics. So I can personally vouch for the quality of that education, that program. The school was changed, the name to the School of Informatics and Computing, to reflect that inclusion of computer science in the school. I can tell you on a personal level that Bobby is a tireless advocate for IU and for high tech in general in Indiana, and it's my distinct honor to present the 2014 Trailblazer Award to Bobby Schnabel.
Thank you all. I hope everybody realizes that that video was basically a promotional piece and shouldn't be confused with reality. When Mark Hill told me that I was receiving this award, he can vouch that the first words out of my mouth was, "You're kidding me." And that's really because there's so many people I know out in this audience who do great things every day and are equally deserving of this. But I'm still deeply grateful and honored, and thank you very much. I don't really want to say much about myself, but I do want to say something about all of you. Since I came to this community about 7 years ago, I've really been blown away by the extent to which this community supports each other, new or old. In my case, it started when I made my first return trip after accepting the job, about 2 months before I was really going to start it. And I was met at the airport by 3 luminaries from this community, Don Aquilano, Pat Callahan, and Mark Hill. And they weren't even there to tell me to turn around and go back. They were there to help me get integrated into the community and succeed in the new job. And it's been like that ever since. And I'm going to take this occasion to thank a few of the people who've done that, just to give you a sense of how so many busy people go out of their way to help. In the Indy area, this has included David Becker, Don Brown, Albert Chen, Scott Dorsey, Scott Jones, Jane Niederberger, and so many more, the heads of CICP, Mark Miles first and David Johnson, the heads of TechPoint, Jim Jay and Mike Langelier. And let's stop at this point, if you don't mind. Mike Langelier is doing a wonderful job heading this organization. Let's thank him. And I could name plenty of people in Bloomington as well, including Steve Ferguson, Dan and Tina Peterson, Ron Walker, Brad Whistler, Elisa Wright, and many people from CU, the people heading our delegation here tonight, Bill Steffen and Amory Conrad Warner, our CIO, Brad Wheeler, and you saw up there Michael McRobbie, who actually did deserve this award when he got it a few years ago. So what's the point? Just besides the joy of getting to thank so many of you in addition, I hope we all realize what a special thing we have going on here. As I go around the country, which is a fair bit, I talk about this great tech community. And I talk about 2 things. One is the amazing companies we have, such as the ones that are honored tonight. But to be honest, a lot of regions have great companies. The other one is the way the people in this community help each other, support each other, even invest in each other. And that's special. So I hope we all realize that and really take a lot of pride and strength from it. Beyond that, I'd like to just end with a few little plugs. As the video and Don mentioned, the School of Informatics and Computing has grown to be one of the largest, broadest, and hopefully best in the nation. It's got over 3,000 students. It graduates many hundreds per year, but we are really proud that well over half of those students take their first job in Indiana. Something that wasn't mentioned, our Best Student Startup competition has invested $200,000 or more in IU student-led startup companies each of the last 3 years. Again, it was IU and tech community people, Scott Dorsey, Matt Ferguson, Mary Delaney, heading that. And it's something that other schools can do too, and I hope we do. And there was an ulterior motive in those lists of people. There was one thing that was sort of missing from those lists. Did anybody pick up on it? Diversity. Some, but not a lot. It's been something that's been very important in my own career. I've co-founded the National Center for Women in Information Technology. Diversity is something that strengthens any organization. We saw some of it tonight. I hope we'll see much more of it as the Mira Awards continue. And that's a segue to the last thing I wanted to say, which is the most important person in my life who has put up with me mainly for well over 3 decades by now, is my wife, Edie Stevenson. So I wanted to thank her, and again, thanks to all of you.